Hi, Rich Karub at bowlingball.com. Let's talk about bowling tape accessory. I want to give you a few tips for using bowling tape. First of all, it's used to fill up loose space in your hole because your hand's going to change size throughout the course of the year. Weather, humidity, the temperature of the room, and so on. You might be the type of person, as you begin bowling, your thumb shrinks, or perhaps it even swells from the friction of releasing the bowling ball. So you have to determine when you need to add tape so you don't have to squeeze the ball and force an errant delivery. So here's a few quick tips. Number one, insert a piece of pre-cut tape into your thumb hole, as example, maybe about an eighth of an inch below the surface of the ball with the rounded edge upward toward the surface of the ball. And then next, you want the tape to be inserted. Use some scissors or a bevel knife or a little tool, pocket knife, something you can easily store in your accessory pouch so it's handy. It should be right near your tape so when you need it, you can make an adjustment quickly between frames when you're bowling in your competition. Next, you want to curve the tape slightly into the contour of the hole before you slide it down in there, because if you don't have a real thick thumb or fingers, the tape is a little wider usually than some of the sizes of the hole, so you've got to contour it so you can get it down easily and then stick it to the side of the hole in the appropriate position. Next, you want to position the tape behind your thumb. If you're doing in your thumb hole, if you put it behind your thumb, you might want something of a smooth surface tape where it's on the back of the thumb so you don't rub the thumb or cause any abrasions or skin irritations while you're releasing the bowling ball. If you like it for gripping purposes and you want to have a better grip on the ball, put it on the flat part of your thumb in the hole where that sits in the hole, and maybe use some textured tape. That'll help you with gripping the bowling ball. It's all personal preference and it's something you need to experiment with. And fit the looseness inside the hole directly behind the gripping side of your thumb with a piece of smooth tape. I believe that's the best procedure to avoid skin irritation, but sometimes the texture of the surface of the thumb hole down in there doesn't feel right, so bowlers will prefer to put a piece of tape also in the front of the thumb hole. Now, your thumb rarely ever fits in there front to back evenly. It's usually at a diagonal, maybe 45-degree angle, so you've got to see the way your hand fits into the bowling ball before you put your tape in there. Just a little experimentation and you'll get good. And by the way, don't be bashful to use multiple pieces of tape. Layer the tape one on top of the other. If your thumb shrinks a great deal, you can always remove it piece by piece if your thumb begins to swell as you bowl. You can also use it in the fingers, in your finger holes as well, because if your fingers holes are loose when you start, put a little piece of tape, and I recommend, especially on a fingertip grip on the backs, just below your fingernails. But if you like that feel of really getting a firm grip on the ball, then use some texture tape and put it in the front part where your pads lay up against the insides of the finger holes. It's all personal preference. If you read our article, this will be repeated. It's in Bowlversity section of the website called Bowling Tape Accessory, and we also give you some examples of some of the tapes that we have at our site at bowlingball.com, and they're readily available for you anytime you need them. Hope some of these tips help you.